Here's the latest update on the severe weather that we are expecting this evening and early overnight. As far as hazards go, it still looks like we'll see damaging winds, and that's the most probable of the severe weather. We can also possibly see large hail, lightning, locally heavy rainfall, and maybe an isolated tornado. As far as impacts, we're looking at downed trees and power lines, roof damage, and localized flooding. The timing still looks to be the same at 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Looking at the severe weather risk, the highest risk is across southern Minnesota, eastern parts of South Dakota, far northern Iowa, and parts of western Wisconsin. The severe weather risk decreases as you head towards southeast Wisconsin and east central Wisconsin. As far as the main threats, west of the Twin Cities, it looks like damaging winds, large hail, and isolated tornadoes are the main threat. As the line starts to move into our area, damaging winds looks to be the primary threat, with large hail early, localized heavy rainfall, and maybe an isolated tornado. And by the time later in the night it gets into southeastern Wisconsin, it looks like gusty winds, small hail, and maybe some brief heavy rainfall. Now this is just one of the models that we're looking at, is what potential outlooks could be with this thing. It's showing around 7 o'clock a line approaching our western areas. By 10 p.m. it's almost through half the area. By 1 a.m. it continues to move eastward and is located almost exiting the area. And by 4 a.m. it's actually south of our forecast area. Looking at the timing of severe weather for this evening into tonight, looking at 7 to 10 across southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa, and parts of north central Wisconsin. Between 9 p.m. and midnight across west central, and also parts of northeast Iowa. And from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. across southwest Wisconsin. As far as what we've been looking at, it looks like damaging winds is the primary threat, followed by maybe some large hail. Isolated tornadoes are also possible. As far as the threats go, as we've said before, damaging winds is the most probable forecast that we're going to end up dealing with as far as severe weather. Large hail is probably our second one, and that'd be mainly for southeast Minnesota and northeast Iowa during the evening. Heavy rainfall could result in some localized flooding. It only takes 1 inch of rain an hour to cause this to occur. And mainly some tornadoes isolated cannot be ruled out. However, probably the better chances will be mainly in central and southwest Minnesota. The most probable hazard impacts is damaging winds, downed trees, and power lines. Those outdoors, such as campers, should be ready to seek safe shelter. Timing, again, still looks to be from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. We expect the storms across central Minnesota to move east-southeast through the area this evening and into the overnight. Remain weather aware through the afternoon and evening hours, and also during the early overnight.